So hey guys, welcome back to my tutorial. So as you've seen, we are going to create the electric countdown and the shockwave intro. So I'm going to use two pieces which you have already seen there, which is first the countdown, that is the 5 4 3 2 1. So I created this one using the saber effect. So we are going to learn it as we go on the video, and the shockwave as well. But if I made a tutorial on creating the shockwave here, it will take too long a time, so I will just give you the video file so you can use it. So I will show you how to put it inside the file and mix it up so you can create the perfect intro that you want. But if you want to make your own, you can check to Video Copilot. Andrew Kramer made a very perfect and a very detailed explanation on how to create the shockwave effect. So the link to learn it will be in the description below, and the link to download this MP4 file that you can start using it will be in the description below as well. So let's get started. Now we are going to go to the After Effects file. So let's start. So first, we're going to create a little video. We're going to create a new composition. We'll call this one Countdown. Now we're going to call this. We're going to give the duration. Since it's 5 seconds, we're going to give the duration. Let's say 6. 06. So leave it as black. Then OK. So first things first, and now to create the time, the countdown, I'm going to use a preset that I got for free, which is in shareae.com. So it was a time preset that makes creating countdown so much easier and faster. So the link to download this preset will be in the description below. So let's quickly. So the name of the thing is called timer. So when I click on it, it automatically creates an empty text layer. So if I play it, as you can see, it's automatically playing itself. So this is how the presets work. It automatically creates a time for you. So you have to do is set it to have a countdown from 5 to 0. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So let's see that. When you go to this speed here, this speed determines, makes the numbers go normally, because as you can see, 5 4 3 2, it follows it perfectly. So but if we speed it up ourselves, it increases faster as well. Let's see. So you can see the speed. So we'll leave it as 1 as well, and it can go -2, it can go backwards as well. So if we do that, it's increasing. So we're just going to leave it as 1, the normal way. So the next thing, the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to remove this one, because I can see it was just the video was just 2 letters, so 2 figures. So I was going to put it like that. So first I'm going to increase it, click S to scale, then increase the scale. So now we're going to remove this milliseconds too, so it will only be this number here and this one. So we'll go here and click it. As you can see, it automatically removes the millisecond tool. So if I click it right now, as you can see, 3 2 1. So right now it's not really showing that 5 that much, so that is why we are going to increase the level to 6. I'm going to increase myself to 6. So now, so that way I can use it So that way, this are the 5 seconds that we can use right now, and it is almost done. So let me position it very well. First of all, I will use the plan. I'm going to move. I first want to, so that I can be able to scale this perfectly. So back here, scale it all over again. Move it perfectly. So we scale it more and more. Good. So that's perfect. So we can, this thing is also a text layer. We can also change the text layer of this thing. So we're going to change it to a more suitable font. So I'll go to the character panel. I'm going to change the Lucindo console. Well, firstly I'm going to save this file because sometimes After Effects can crash, so I just want to get myself prepared. So I'll just say countdown. Tutorial. So that's perfect. Now we're going to go. Now we're going to change the font. Go to the Lucindo console, and we're going to change this font text to Calibri. So C-A-L-I-B, perfect, Calibri, and bold. Perfect. So if you want to choose any other text, it's perfect, it's fine by you, it's your choice. I just want to make a text that no matter how it is, it doesn't affect this other, it doesn't move it. I want to make a full text that only affects this number here, that it doesn't move it due to the size. So I'm still going to increase the size a little bit more. So now we're ready. It's time for us to put the saber effect. So if you don't have the saber effect, you can check the saber effect is free in Video Copilot, and if you need to download it, the link to download it will be in the description below. So let's get started. Let's start. The first thing I'm going to do now is just quickly convert this one to pre-compose it. Move variable to new composition. I'm just going to name it num counter. So that's okay. Let's see. It's still working perfectly. So now we're going to go to the Perfector presets. Now we're going to choose Saber. So Video Copilot Saber effects. No, first of all we need to auto trace this file before we use it. So first we go to the layer, and now click on it first. Now go to the layer and click auto trace. So now you must watch that this must be in the work area. If it is in current frame, it won't really do everything, but the work area makes sure that whatever happens, whatever changes, it changes with it as well. So I'm going to go to the work area and click OK. So as you can see, it's loading for a while. I'm just going to skip that part of this perfectly working. So now as you can see, the auto trace is perfect. As you can see, it's following every single move. The auto trace is following. That is the main reason why we should use the work area. So without further ado, now let's go to the saber effect. So as this one is in auto trace, we will go to the saber, we'll drag it down to the countdown effect. So the first thing we're going to do is go to customize core, saber, change it to layer mask, and now the next thing we're going to do now is change the preset to electric. Yeah. And with arc reactor, that's what I'm going to use for now. Yeah, arc reactor. So you can give it any color that you like. So in my previous one I gave it red and blue, so that's the same one I'm going to use now. I'm going to give this one red. You can change the color to this way. So I'm going to give it red right here. It's because I don't have a little more good graphics card, that's why my my After Effects it takes a little time. So for those who have good graphics card, congratulations. So it's going to be a lot faster for you. So the next thing we're going to do now is duplicate this. That's Ctrl D, or you can go to Edit and you can duplicate it. As you can see, but I'll use Ctrl D so you can understand now. So this is Ctrl D, duplicate it. So in this duplicated one, we are going to change the arc react this preset to electric. I'm going to leave it to blue. So now let's make these two together. First things first, we're going to go to the reactor, go to the render settings, change the composite settings to add to transparent. Do it for both. So I'm going to do it for both of them. Go to render settings, go to transparent as well. So now, as you can see, it's automatically showing both they are automatically on each other. So the next we're going to do now is put half on top of each other. So let's continue. So we're going to create we're supposed to create one like this, a perfect one like this. So I will say that we delete this first one on top, we leave the normal one here, we leave it that way. So next thing we're going to do is go to end offset, put it at 50%, go to the max evolution, put it at 90%, and as you can see, it's halfway. So the next thing we're going to do is just duplicate it, which is Ctrl D. So the next thing we're going to do now is to make it easier for us, we can just rewind it. As you can see, it's moving, blending in perfectly. So let's check it out. I'll say -19. So when we look at it now, you can see that it's looking good. So now this second one, we go to the presets and you change it back to electric. So now let me look back and see how it looks. Okay, so as you can see now, there is a difference. Well, so right now I'll just put to any color I like. So I don't want to be specific. It's your choice to change the color. So but first, in this arc reactor, we'll change the glow intensity to 60% to make it glow more and brighter. So that's another feature. So anything we're going to do right now is so you can tweak it in any way you want. Anything you want to do, you can tweak it anyway. I want to save it right now. So now we are done with the countdown. You look at it, and so if you look at it, it's already done. 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to show you a preview render of how it will look like. So this is how a little preview render looks like. Though I wasn't able to get, I was able to preview the whole full thing because my graphics card isn't that strong. So I just showed that it looks like a little. So we have seen the feature. So as if you want to keep it this way, you can keep it this way. Then the next thing you can do is just click. You can go to layer. You can go to composition. Then add to render, or you can click Ctrl+N, or you can still tweak the settings and change the color of the calendar to any way you like. So now for me, I'll just tweak the colors for a little while. So I'll just give it a little color of my own. So now I'm going to render it, and let's quickly click Ctrl M. So now we're going to click render. So now it's finished rendering, and this is how it looks like. As you can see, it's good. So the next thing is to give it a fade in and a fade out effect, because in my previous video I remember giving it a fade in effect. So how we're going to do that, I'll first save it. Now I'll go back to my project. I am going to bring in the file. Sorry. I'm going to bring in the file back here. So I'm going to drag it down into this new comp so that I can create a new composition. That's good. Now the next thing we're going to do is right click and open a new adjustment layer, and we're going to rename it, call it fade in and out. Good. So the next thing we're going to do now is look for the fade in effect. We'll click fade in. Now we're going to write fading out frames. You click and drag it. Now if we look at it, if I click it back, you can see it's working perfectly. And if I go back to the hand here, so it's fading out as well. So that's what we need. So now that it's done, we're going to render the file as well, which is Ctrl M, and we're going to click render. So that's all it needs. And now the countdown tool has finished rendering, and let's go check it out. So sorry, wrong file. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, it's fading in. So that is what we need. Perfect. So in the next video we are going to move forward on mixing it with the Shockwave and adding the logo. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, and if you so click the notification bell to get notified of any other video that we create. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. So now the next render file is finished. Let's go check it out. Now if I play it, you can see it has that fading in effect. So that's all. So as you can see, that's all we need. So in the next video I'm going to talk more on putting the shockwave effect and giving both the reverse effect and adding our logo effect. So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe and